We live now. We are live. Hey everybody, as y'all are coming into the chat, make sure that you hit that like button. Also, we have a goal that is set there and ready for 10 super chats, super stickers, gifts, whatever you name it. We got a goal. Help me to reach my goal. We have 10, any color, because we don't discriminate over here. Blue, yellow, green, pink. Okay, whatever. Hey everybody, come on in. We're gonna talk, and I really want to address all that I can sustain for right now, all that I can sustain about talking to y'all about the reasons why I originally decided to pack up my stuff, really give away a lot of my stuff, leave my responsibilities to other people, and venture out to explore the rest of the world, while also we're gonna clock this T too, neglecting the life that I once had. So we're gonna talk about that. I really want to play some music in the background just lightly. I'm gonna see if I can do that. I never really use this, but this is the music that I can play, and we're gonna play just lightly, because I don't really want to hear too much. Y'all know I hate talking over music. It's hard to do. It's hard for me to do. I don't want to even hear it either, by the way, for those that are tuning in. I don't want to hear about me getting into my sentiments, because today is meant for that, okay? It was meant for me to come to the conclusions that I did. I was out today. I was vlogging as per usual, and you know, being in certain areas and being in familiar places brings back certain sentiments, and I'm not gonna deny y'all the conversation so we can talk about it. Let me turn this down. Oh, this is my song too. Hold on, let me enjoy it a little bit. Turn this up. She just better sing. Hey Stacy Dotson, hey 85 Cuddy, hey everybody, hey Auntie Lawanda, hey Patsy Andrews. Look at y'all sending gifts already. Thank you, Patsy Andrews, for my flow state. Hey, I won't lie, but you'll never know, you'll never know. Okay, that's enough. I enjoyed it. I told y'all let me enjoy it just a little bit. I've enjoyed it a little. Without giving us a try. You'll never know. So I'm feeling, I know that y'all wondering, because y'all always y'all like to be nosy. I know y'all wondering, like, who got you feeling like this? Okay, y'all know, Mr. Community. I'm just thinking, you know, some thoughts are coming back to mind, and so, being that I'm thinking, you know, I can't help. My brother just texted me. Well, I'm gonna get to his text in just a minute. Look at all these flow states. Y'all about to make me... Okay, y'all about to take me out my feelings. Who trying to take me out my feelings? Let me put up a poll. Let's put up my poll. Ooh, this is just, look, I'm not even going to correct this. I'm just going to put it out there. Sometimes I wonder, did I allow my frustrations in my romantic life to cause me to just push myself so far away from the United States because I was so tired of dealing with all the things that I was dealing with while I was here? Did I allow that to like kind of make the decision for me, where I'm just like, okay, I've done this, I've tried this, I tried that, and it just doesn't seem to be working. But what I did feel as I was riding down the highway, y'all, I'm not gonna give it away. This is me learning to keep my mouth closed. Hold on, now I'm pausing the music completely. Who's this? Now it made me want to turn him up. Oh, hold on. Hold on, I do kind of like that. Let me turn this up. Okay, let me finish speaking to everybody. Let me turn you down. You sound real good. You got a nice little deep voice, but let me turn you down for a second. Auntie LaWanda up in here, 85 Cuddy up in the building. I am legendary. Thank you for my special people in that mean green over on this channel, and also to my day makers. I haven't decided what to call everybody that supports me, but I like the day makers. The day makers, because y'all make my day every time that y'all light up that green and get that membership. I appreciate y'all. So let me see. Patsy sent the flow steak for 200 jewels. Thank you so much for that. Auntie LaWanda speaking to Stacy, Dana, 85 Cuddy, Patsy, and Legendary. Everybody's saying thank you for the gift. Cynthia Barber says hi, Zay. Hi, Cynthia. It's good to see you again. Welcome back in. Let me see. Everybody's speaking to Cynthia too. Lakeisha Bass is up in here. Hey, Dana Bland. Everybody's coming up in here. I see y'all. I see y'all. I see y'all. And we gonna talk. Y'all know, I'm sorry if I missed anybody. I'm gonna put that out there right now, because did I miss anybody? No, it looks like I got everybody that's here. Everybody else that's in the bushes, hey people in the bushes, it's okay. So, I don't know, y'all. Literally right before I left, right before I took my flight, me being my fast tail self, I decided to, you know, how do I put this, where I keep my discretion in other people. But I decided right before I left that I was going to meet with someone, and their intention was to get me to stay, or at least, you know, prompt my mind to even think about staying. And y'all know how I am. Once my mind is made up, first of all, I was curious. Second of all, I was feeling like there was so much waiting for me here that was going on. So we're gonna break that down. I just want to break it down to y'all so that y'all know. When I decided to leave, I was 34 years old, a month away from my birthday. I was about to turn 35. And I just remember at that point feeling like all of the plans that I had made for myself, me buying a house using my VA home loan, something that I'm still thinking about doing, but it's so far away because I'm dealing with credit issues. My credit is bad. I'm 38 years old, and I'm still finding myself in a situation where I need to identify exactly what is next for me. I don't really have an idea. And at that time, I used to want to replace all of those dreams that were seeming to fail. I wanted to replace those dreams with something that was a little bit easier to manage, or more feasible, if you will. And I thought at the time that, okay, this song is kind of sounding good. I don't know if y'all can hear it. Let me turn it up just a little bit. He sounded kind of good. He said, you got a faith that you'll never know. He said, you had a faith that I'll never know. Was it meant for me to hear that song? You got a faith that I'll never know. I'm gonna save this song. I like that. That'll never. I'm gonna come back to you. However, let me put it on the R&B, because that's all I want to hear right now. I'm in the R&B vibe. I don't want to hear any pop music right now, just currently. Nothing against pop. I love pop. Y'all know I love my Britney Spears, Jason Mraz, and all those people like that. I love them. But right now I'm on my R&B vibes. R&B. Well, what's the song? I'm in love with you. Anyway, let me get back to what y'all. See what y'all saying. Look, somebody said, look how many people are saying yes. I allowed. Okay, so I am a little bit rebellious. That is true. So when the person that I saw, and I know that some of y'all wondering, was it Mr. Community? No, it wasn't. It was not Mr. Community. It was somebody else, and they really wanted me to stay every place I've ever been. So to kind of like tap on that a little bit about the whole wanting a relationship, or the people that, I don't know, in my 30s, even in my 20s, the shade was telling people, you ain't even got a man. Like, Y'all know that's like people still saying that. How long they been saying that? They've been saying that since the Flintstone days. Like, you don't even have a man, because you know, I guess in society, we live in a society where I guess that means something. It means a lot more than what people. It means a lot more than what it really is, though, in my opinion. But don't get it twisted, because I know that there are some people out there that are in some successful, happy relationships. Don't get me wrong. I know that there are some. But yeah, that was the shade. So the fact that everywhere I went, and even the place I left, there was somebody trying to get me to stay, and I always saw it as somebody trying to get in my way. And I feel like partially, and only, hold on, let me turn this up a little bit. I like this song too. I might fall in love in this club tonight. Tell me what to do when it feels so right. Hey, Mary Ann Watson. Hey. Okay, so yeah, that's getting me distracted. This music sounded good, but I think at that point I had reached the point to where I became extremely fed up with regret. You know, regretting giving my years away to failed relationships, or just failed dreams and aspirations, and I just wanted a time out for that, and to just feel something different. And even though the weirdest thing about it though, y'all, is when I finally did do that, and I moved on and I went on about my business, I realized that that wasn't what I wanted either. Right when I landed in India, baby, I was so tearful. I was crying. I instantly felt like my stomach was tied up in a million knots. I didn't know what I was going to do. But on the downside was I terminated my lease. Well, not even terminated my lease. I didn't renew it. I left. I took everything I owned and I put it into a storage unit. We're going to talk about all of this. All that I can fit in 1 hour, we're going to talk about it, because a lot of this you guys may not necessarily know. So I put all my stuff. I had literally gotten all of my back pay from my from VA, and I used my back pay to pay for all the furniture in my townhouse. Everything was brand new. Everything was, what Nene say? Everything is brand new with real tags. Okay, with real tags. Everything was brand new up in my spot. And not only for myself, but me and my sister, we lived there. So her spot was decked out too. And so I packed all of that stuff up into storage. We're going to get back to that later. And I just left. So if I wanted to come back, I feel like if I were to do things any differently than I did in the first place, the thing I would have done differently is I would have kept my place for a little while, or at least made an arrangement for me to come back to the United States sooner. Like literally force myself to have to come back. That way I would have came back. So when I got there and I wanted to come back, I had nothing to come back to. And I know that when I argued with people in the past, some people used to throw that in my face and say like, well, you don't have nothing to go back to. And it was kind of sort of true, because I did not have my apartment anymore. And I don't know if you guys know about Atlanta, but kind of sort of it was hard to find a place in that budget range that I had before. And even though the reason that I left in the first place was because they wanted to go up like $100 on my rent. And it's so funny because today, the price that they wanted, $13.50, that's nothing. Everybody will be on that. Okay, they will be on that. In the area that I was living in, they would have been on that today. But and they want so much more now. It's like almost like, what do I do now? Because I really can't afford it now. But I was like, deuces, I'm gone. I'm not about to pay that much. It's way too much. You're asking for a lot. Hold on a second, y'all. Yeah, okay, the chat stopped. I didn't know that y'all were still talking to me. Hey, classy lady. I didn't know y'all was. Hey, Wendy Jones. Hey, everybody that's coming in. See, it didn't come. Bridget Omar. Hey, everybody. It didn't show me none of this. Hey Bonnie Mitchell, everybody speaking. Hey Zay, I just have a few, so I thought I would drop by and say hello. Good luck on all of your endeavors. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Bonnie Mitchell up in here. It didn't show me none of this. I thought that y'all just wasn't talking. I thought that y'all was just listening. So I didn't have nothing to come back to, and I was really nervous about what do I do now. I hated it in India when I first got there. First of all, when I landed, it was okay because, you know, you're in an airport. It's modern, it's technology. I'm thinking like, oh, okay, it's kind of like the United States. However, when I was riding on my way to where I was staying, which was considered luxury apartments, it literally said on the outside of it, luxury apartments. I forgot the name, and even if I remembered the name, I don't want to say it right now. I was a little more open back then, but I saw the dirt roads. I smelled the odors in the air. I think it was close around monsoon season, so it was raining a lot. And as you guys know, in India, when it rains a lot, they have, in some areas, they have really poor sewage systems, and they're working on it right now and have been since that I arrived 3 years ago. And they were working on it, but you could still smell the smells. And when I tell you rotten, okay, when I tell you how rotten that thing was smelling, it was smelling terrible, okay? So terrible to the point where I made sure that I did not want to be there on monsoon season this year. So anyway, I was like, I'm looking around. Rocky running around, if y'all remember the dog Rocky that I used to feed and I used to, you know, play with him. But in the beginning, I was not trying to play with no dog, period. Thank you for my super chat. Thank you for we got one towards the goal, y'all. Can we get two? Can we get three? Mm-hmm. But thank you so much. Yes, I appreciate that. Let me put a heart on it. Everybody hit the like button for 166 Goddess. Please hit the like button for her. So, but these are things I never once said before. But I was looking around like, where I'm at, I don't know. This ain't for me. And the secret before that, oh my God, this is me telling y'all. I forgot that this happened. So I mentioned that I did get stuck in the airport because I booked a hotel just for one day while they were getting things ready at the other place. I booked a hotel at Holiday Inn Express Aero Hotel. I had no idea that it was actually in the airport. So when I left, you have to show a reservation to even get to that part of the airport. So I'm like, boom, reservation. They let me through. I go over there, and when I check in, they gave me the room key and everything. And then they told me, hey, wait a minute, when is your flight? And I'm like, I don't have a flight. I'm staying. Like, I'm gonna go from here to the next place that I'm staying in. And they were like, oh, you can't do that. We have to cancel and give you your money back. So they did that. When they canceled and gave me my money back, the guy that was the manager for the Holiday Inn Express in the airport, he just told me, okay, go through this door. And I go through the door with all my stuff. And here I go, I have the Indian soldiers coming after me like, hold on, wait, where's you going? Where'd you come from? Da-da-da-da. So I get held up in the airport because of his negligence. I don't know why he sent me the way that he did, but they thought that I was trying to do something. And I was held up there with no explanation. Nobody was speaking English. It was 100% Hindi the entire time. So I'm just like, okay, like that was the way I was coming in to India, so I already felt sour about it in the first place. And then I'm seeing my surroundings. I was kind of nervous, y'all. I was really nervous. I'm like, I've never lived like that before. Dirt roads, you know, nothing to be seen. Thank you so much, classy lady, for the thumbs up. Thank you. And y'all give me the thumbs up as y'all are watching, please. It's not double tap the screen. Click the screen or click whatever you gotta click to hit that like button. Y'all, thank y'all. Oh, I like this song too. Let me turn it up a little bit. I like that. Okay. I'm feeling that. It sound good. Thank you, Stacy Dotson, for the $1.99 super chat. I appreciate that. Everybody hit the like button for Stacy. Hit that like button and I put the love on it. Thank you, Kelsey, for the star for the 2 jewels. Thank you so much, Kelsey. It's good to see you again. So, Instantly, my stomach dropped on my first day. And I'll never forget, I contacted, at the time I was very close with Claudette, I contacted her and I was just like, I can't do this. There's no way that I can't make it. I can't do it. I don't want to. And she was like, I don't think you gonna make it. And that's like a, because if that were me and a friend came to me like that, I'm going to do my best to try to like make my friend feel like, yes, you can do it, you can do it. And even though the energy I was getting from my friend at the time was, you can't make it, you won't make it, you better start making some other plans, somehow I dug deep within myself to get the strength to not want to give up. I don't know, I've always been pretty resilient like that anyway, but I had my doubts, y'all. So what I did was, this is taking me back. What I did was I set up the place the best I could to make it as modern as I could make it, so that I would stay. And I did. But that ain't even what we're talking about, y'all. I just wanted to describe to you guys how hard it was to even push through. It wasn't like when I got over there to India, I was instantly like, ooh, yes, F America, like, ooh, I'm glad I'm gone, and I'm moving on, I'm greener pastures, etc., etc., etc. Y'all have heard me say a million times time and time again, that my favorite place in the world is Atlanta. I have been to Paris, I have been to Shanghai, I've been to Bangkok, I've been to Cairo, I've been so many places. None of them places touch Atlanta, period. It just don't. That just is what it is. Home is where your family is. Home is where your stomping grounds are. And I never was trying to shine on Atlanta. So what I left behind and why I left, I just felt very tired, very depressed, and very ran down by the different men that was in my life. And let's clock that T for real. I have a history of packing my stuff. I started following you through her. Yeah, and God rest her soul. Hey Yo-Yo, hey Auntie Yo-Yo. Yes, see Yo-Yo. Hey Lisa, good to see you too. Everybody coming on in. Hey everybody. So I have a history, and I've said this. If you pay close attention to my previous story times or when I have conversation, I have a history of not trusting myself. So when I feel I'm getting too far in, too deep in a situation, I tend to pack my bags and run away. So even though this person isn't the direct reason, they are a piece of the puzzle. They're a building block to the full story. So Mr. Community, y'all remember the last time that I told y'all that he came to me one time. We were hanging out. Now this was somebody that I used to hang out with, and we used to smoke back when I used to smoke, and play video games all day, you know, do things that people with no job do, you know. And he came to me one time, and he was trying to get himself a job, and he was asking for my help. I done told y'all this story before, but I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit again, because I was feeling like it was at that moment where things started to change from us just being smoking buddies, you know, smoke buddies, playing games and everything, to somebody trying to make a move, in my opinion. And I wasn't going for that. I felt like I wanted something bigger, better for myself. And once again, while I'm expressing what I want to do in my life to someone that I thought was close to me, I felt like they were trying to hold me back by telling me like, hey, like, you want to go there, why you want to do this, why you want to do that, etc. And I reacted. My reaction was to just go. And I swear the other person, like I told y'all, was trying to get me to stay so bad, and they were trying to be seductive. That was never going to work, because I'm a firm believer, even before I ever left the United States, I feel like if you're going to pull somebody, you can pull them internationally. If you can pull them in the U.S., you can pull them over here, over there. Like, you can pull wherever I mean, if you are attractive as a person and you have a good personality, you're going to pull someone somewhere. So I didn't really feel like seducing me was the move, and that was never going to work, because I was still curious. I had my dreams. So my Uber driver today when I finished doing what I was doing, he asked me how I got started, and that's what prompted me to have this conversation with y'all, because it's complicated. I literally was sitting on the couch one day and I was watching on YouTube, seeing all of these Caucasian content creators making this wonderful, hey Jacqueline Felder, looking at all of them making some really, really good content and getting all this support, all of this respect and all of this love. And I'm like, where are they? They're in India. They made India look so mystical. They made India look so fun, so safe. And it made me curious about two things, about going out of the country. So for years, for decades, people have been getting on VA disability, VA pension, retirement, Social Security benefits, and then they go and they move to countries where the dollar goes a lot further than what it does here in the United States. So I watched videos about that. I was watching a lot of vlogs of all these people just making it look so good. And now I understand, because people tell me the same thing, that I make it look so easy and so good. And I'm like, well, I'm glad that y'all are starting to see the real side. There are consequences for when you decide to up and leave the life that you once knew. Hold on, I like this song too. Make it right, make it right. Hey, I like that. Put a one in the chat if y'all like that. Hold on. I like that beat. Hey. Okay. Might have to put that in one of my videos. Talk to me nice. So yeah, him asking me that question, and I need to get back to he wanted me to follow him on Instagram so that he can find my YouTube channel and he can support. So I need to do that. Literally gonna force myself to do that, because I was like, no, hold on, wait, that ain't necessary. We ain't gotta follow each other. But I'm trying to be more open. I don't need to be closed off my entire life. Like, yes, there are people out there in the world that are gonna hurt you. Probably gonna go through it one more time again. You never know. It shouldn't stop you from living life and just, you know, being dauntless enough to get out and try to trust people, try to mingle with people, you know, give people a chance. So he was asking me, how did I get started? And I told him, I'm like, I literally was sitting on the couch. I was seeing how they were moving, and I think I had just gotten paid. I said, right now, at this moment, I'm going to book the ticket. And I did. It was $820 something, one-way ticket from Atlanta to New Delhi, India. And I was like, I'm just gonna go. And once I get there, I can build up, I can stack up, because it's very affordable living there. At that time it was. Prices have gone up everywhere. But I told myself I'm gonna give myself some time, build up, save up some money, and then I'm gonna move to another country. I had no idea when I got there that it was gonna be the dirt road situation and all of that. It's so funny though, because every step of the way I never knew what was waiting for me. And if I knew what was waiting, you think I would have went? Honestly, if I knew all the things that were waiting for me moving abroad, do y'all think I would have left my beautiful home? If I knew that my furniture, so put a one in the chat if y'all know what happened to all the stuff that was in my storage. Because I think I mentioned it. I dog walked somebody and I was talking about what happened. But I will gladly tell y'all again. But put a one in the chat if you know already. Put a 2 if you don't know, and I'll tell the story again. Let me see. Shawty with the hype, Shania. Hey, Shania. I am loving the happy and the nappy, period. You know, I love my hair. And the funny thing is, I really was gonna go get my hair braided back up, but my hair doesn't itch when it's like this. This is like the best that my hair ever feels. When I have them braids up in my hair be itching like, it's insane, literally. Like, I need to really figure out what the issue is. But my hair, my scalp does not like no braids. But like this, it be fine. Okay, so y'all do know what happened. Okay, y'all put a 2. Okay, even if one person put a 2, I gotta give y'all a brief synopsis as to what happened. We halfway through. So I got plenty of story in the middle of this, but it was heartbreaking. So I trusted someone very close to me. I'm not going to say who they are because it's totally irrelevant. If you really want to be nosy, go back and watch the old live streams because I did say the name and I drugged them for Phil. But I left them everything, and I just, for some reason, I always feel like material things could never have someone betray my trust. But time and time again in my lifetime, people have shown me just how low they will go, to where my valuables are really valuable to them and they're willing to steal. Like, I don't steal. I might have accidentally borrowed a man or two, okay, but I always give them back. By accident. Like, I never took nothing on purpose. Maybe a knick-knack paddywhack when I was a kid, but anyway, stealing. So she stole from me. Stole my red bottoms, stole my Alexander McQueen, stole my entire wardrobe. Like, literally nothing was left. Nothing. I have nothing from before I left. And I diligently packed, I diligently paid, I diligently put stuff into that storage. Let me tell you part two. So the things that weren't stolen, what y'all think happened to that? So the place that I picked, you know what, this beat sounds good. I actually used it in one of my videos. Y'all laughing. Hey, Mimi. Y'all laughing. So, hey, Starburst. So, it was really heartbreaking, the second part. That was already one thing. Not only did that person do that, but they stole my car too. They stole my car, and they took advantage of the fact that I was outside of the United States. Literally, y'all, I'm so tired of being taken advantage of. I don't know what it is about me that draws people in to take advantage. So y'all wonder why I'm always so dismissive of all these different people that I've had these relationships with, where we're just friends and they stay just a friend, because I just have a lot of trust issues, rightfully so, because my trust has been taken advantage of over and over and over and over again, and I'm tired of it, you know. So when I say it was heartbreaking, that was heartbreaking. You stole my car. Like, in this day and age, who is even doing stuff like that? When I do things, first I think about, is it legal? Because I don't want to be in no trouble, first of all. And then secondly, I always think, is it morally correct? If it's not morally correct for me to do X, Y, Z, I'm not going to do it. But other people, they just stole my car, drove all the way to Oklahoma. My car had issues at that time because I had left without fixing those issues that it was having. And so I felt like if I'm not driving it, this stuff doesn't need to be fixed. My car was still working really well. I just needed to fix some things that this person broke on my car. They broke it. And I let them drive my car one time. I was in the car and they had a little fender bender, and I never did get the damage correctly fixed, and they took my car all the way to Oklahoma to go eat on some cherry pie. Fill in the blanks. Anyway, we're gonna get past that. So what really broke my heart, y'all, was that my sister, she returned to the storage unit and everything was destroyed. Apparently the storage unit, public storage, I'm not going to say which location, but public storage had a rat infestation, and not only me but several other people, their stuff was destroyed. My mattress, my $2,000 mattress, they ate through it. They didn't eat up nothing else. It's so funny that the other furniture was okay, but my expensive mattress, they ate through that, and then they started breeding on the inside of it. It was obviously useless. All of my stuff that was in that storage was destroyed. When I say rat infestation, you guys, I mean, there was so much poop on all of my stuff that there was no way to recover it. So if it wasn't stolen, all of it was destroyed by the infestation by the rats. So literally have nothing left. And it's so funny because this morning, that was another thing that had me sentimental, is that I'm realizing, I'm coming to the harsh reality that I don't have nothing right now. I'm back in America. America's super expensive, and I'm starting from scratch all over again. I don't even have, y'all remember all the clothes I had? I know I'm looking cute right now, but all the clothes I had, I don't have them. All the stuff I had, I don't have. I literally have to rebuild everything all over again. And it makes me smile a little bit. It can be depressing, don't get me wrong, but it makes me smile because I know that looking back, I'm gonna look at all these stories, all these things I've been through, and the fact that I've gotten through every time, at every juncture. I've gotten through there hasn't been anything that was too tough for me to get through. It may seem like it in the moment, but as time goes on, and I progress, things will get better. I just believe that there's something on the other side. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. So I was literally going through my clothes and I was like, oh my God, I really need to build my wardrobe up again. And it's gonna happen. It's gonna be possible. I'm still very much blessed. I left the United States being one person, and then I came back being the person that I am now. And I have a better understanding that I don't need all of that stuff to make me who I am. Even being stripped down to the money thing, like me having half of my income now, at first it made me feel insecure. It made me feel like my money was defining me, and maybe perhaps that was why it was stripped away. I don't believe that things happen to you without any reasoning. So maybe that was the reason why, because now, the person that I am now, I feel like walking into a room with my head held high and feeling good about myself without my income. That's the me at the core. That's who I am. Let me see. Wow, did the storage people compensate you for that? No, because you have to have a special insurance. They made you sign, like it literally said in the contract, because yeah, we tried. It said in the contract that they weren't liable for things like that. So yeah, was screwed in that situation. I know, right, Lawanda, they would have compensated me. Yeah, it was terrible. It was so bad. Hey Mocha, let me see. Y'all speaking to each other. Zay, sorry I'm late. Are you enjoying being home? Yeah, I'm enjoying, the parts that I'm enjoying the most are just being near family, being able to spend time with them. But I have to be honest and tell you, the parts that I don't like are, everything being so much more expensive. The memories, because not everything I want to be reminded of my experiences that I had living my life in the United States. Same way that there are some experiences I don't want to remember in other places. For instance, the Philippines. I have no idea when I'm going to be able to go back to the Philippines because I'm still grieving the loss of Peach. Have no idea when I'm going to be able to go back there. But I do want to go one day. I hope to build up the strength and the resilience to make it there again. But yeah, memories coming back, me being a different person now that I'm here. Like right now, I don't have a car. I've never lived in Atlanta without a car, so me taking the buses and everything and being confused, I don't like that. Other than that, everything is amazing. It's kind of crazy because I really kind of allowed everyone to convince me to come back, even though I felt personally that I should have gone on to China. I was like, it would have been more affordable, but the thing about me and about my content and about just my whole life story, because my life story is my content, and the thing about me is that I take chances. And that's what's exciting about me and my life. Some people would never. Some people would be too afraid to take the chances that I have. I've taken so many chances. And here's the thing. If you can take a chance for a man, you can take a chance for yourself. For yourself, and you might fall flat on your face. But look at all the times I've taken all these chances. And I actually made it through. I made something. Like, imagine if I never did go abroad. We wouldn't have the Philippines era. We wouldn't have never had India. We wouldn't have had Kenya. We would have no Newton, no Lydia. We wouldn't have none of those people that were introduced to my life. I would never know what it's like to live in a village and use one of those toilets that had no toilet seat. I would never know what's something from Kenya, that ugali. I would never know stuff like that. Like, all of those chances led to me learning something that was leading towards this new life that I'm living. This new life. Let me see. So far, is that my song? Oh, yes. Y'all know this song right here? I know y'all be hearing it in my blogs. What's she about to say? All day long. Now I'm turning it down because I don't want to give away all the tea. Because I know y'all like, wait a minute, hold on, that's the Zay song. That's the Day with Zay song. It sure is. It sure is the Day with Zay song. But let me see what y'all saying. So far, 53% said yes, I did allow my failures in romance to send me away. 47% say no. So let's talk about that a little bit. I have to be honest with y'all. Hey, Cash. I have to be honest with y'all when I say that. So, interesting fact that you guys may not know. I've only had one American boyfriend. Only one. And I know some may wonder, like, well, why you ain't never had another one? Because that first one was so bad, such a toxic relationship for several reasons, to the point where I made up in my mind that in order for me to find love, it couldn't be. It was impossible to be here in America because it was like non-compatibility. There was no compatibility between us. So I was like, let me run away. Let me. I was on a. I was gone, y'all. I was not trying to deal with that ever again. That was such a horrible experience. Didn't want to go through that not one more time again ever in my life. Ever. And I'll never forget. What really touched the nerve for me was how I was left with every bill, you name it. And I was gassed up. Have you ever had somebody gas you up before? Y'all know what that mean? Gas me up like Exxon. Like, he gassed me up for real. That everything was going to be okay. And it was the day before I got a disconnect notice for my electricity bill. And of course, obviously, he got that payment. Whatever payment he was waiting on, he received it in the middle of the night. And he was gone. I never saw him again. Well, no, I saw him again. I saw him again. I know somebody like, well, that mean that you forgave him? I forgave him. I forgave him. I was a fool. But he was gone. The money was gone. The money was never seen. And what did I have to do? I had to go back to my parents and tell them everything. And you know how that goes when you're dating someone and your parents don't like them and they're like, but this and this and that, or you know, you with somebody, so you should have this and this and this and this and this. And it was like a slap in my face that I had to deal with that. I had to deal with the embarrassment. I had to deal with the humiliation and the I told you so. Because you give your faith into somebody so much to the point where you're like, no, they're not like that, they're not like that, and then boom, they like that. And you have to wear the cap, the clown hat. You got to wear the whole little get up because you were wrong about your judgment. And for me, anytime I've been wrong about my judgment, I always feel like it makes me feel like a child. Like, you don't know how to make decisions for yourself. Hey, Karina. Everything will be fine, Zay. Yeah, everything's going to be okay. But that hurt me so bad, y'all. When I tell y'all, it hurt so bad. Like, it hurt really, really bad. Because back then, when I was so young in love, I just knew that my life was set. I was being whisked away. Drifting on a memory. Ain't no place I'd rather be than with you. You know, I was drifting on a memory, y'all. And I was like, you couldn't have told me that I wasn't about to have the white picket fence dreams. Anybody know what the white picket fence dreams are? You know, house, 2-car garage, white picket fence, dog running around in the background with the kids. You know, I just knew that that was what was meant for me. So what was I to do? And here's where we come back to that conclusion, y'all. I was so depressed. I was so broken down because I didn't have any prospects. I didn't have any relationship. I didn't have any children. I didn't have perfect credit. I didn't even have the house. Literally all the stuff that I wanted, I did not have, and I did not know how I was going to get it. So what did I have? And I don't know what it is that made me start thinking that, but something did start creeping up into my head and start focusing on what do I have? I had to literally face myself in the mirror, look at myself, and ask myself, well, what you got? Because I felt like at that point I had nothing. And so I asked myself that question, and I was like, well, I don't have no kids. I have freedom. I can move around as I please. I don't have this relationship. I don't have to have my heart toyed around with anymore. I literally can just move freely. I don't have to have this emotional bind because this person had such a grip on me. I dealt with them from the time I was 23 all the way up until the time that I was 29, where I finally decided to leave and separate myself. I moved all the way to Puerto Rico because I just did not trust myself. I felt like, oh, eventually I'm going to give you another chance. I'm staying in the same city, same state as you. I'm going to give you another chance. You're going to come back, because you always do, because I was always your safety net. And so I was like, I'm no longer trusting myself. I'm running away from the problem. And instead of dealing with anything head on, I ran away. And that became a pattern, which is why I'm back, and which is why it's not just why I'm back. I'm back, and if anybody wants to know this information, I'll tell you right now. I'm back because my mom just asked me to. Otherwise, I would have probably continued to run. But I never once saw it as running because I really did want to explore. However, I do want to get back down to the bottom of people can be trusted. There can be another relationship. It's not the end for me. My life is not destined to be doomed. It's not destined to be doomed. So let me read what some of y'all are saying. Thank you, Michelle James, for my jewels. I appreciate that. Thank you for the star. Thank you. I was a track star, yes, for a little while. Thank you, Auntie Mary. Hey, Auntie Mary, you look good in that green. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you. Thank you. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. I appreciate that. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate those gifts. So, the moral of the story is that I left because I just didn't have any trust in myself, and I didn't know what I was going to do with my future. And along the way, as I've been traveling, I started to learn that I do have something to offer. Life is definitely worth living. I am amazing. I never once thought that about myself in the past, but I discovered it. And I used to think I was amazing because I'm cute, I'm this, I'm that, I'm talented, I can sing, I can do some acting, I can do this and I can do that. But no, what makes me amazing is that little small tiny, that little tiny bit of hope that I had when them lights went out. When them lights went out on me, and I still got up and I still moved around, or when I used to walk 2 miles to get to work because I couldn't afford to get a car, and I couldn't even afford the bus. I was walking right on the bus line. All it took was how much was the bus back then? Get on the bus and ride straight on down. But I couldn't afford it because all of my money went towards bills. And I was underpaid. And I still showed up to that job every day, smiling and working hard. And the fact that I didn't break down then, that little bit of hope that kept pushing me every day, that's what makes me awesome. That's what makes me amazing, in my opinion. And One of these days, I really do want to take y'all. I want to take y'all to the exact spot where I stood there. I was 25 years old, and I stood in that spot walking past the bus stop because I couldn't afford to get on. And I told myself, I was like, it seems so hard right now, but I just believe life, it gotta get better than this. This is not the end for me. I refuse to believe that this is the way that my life is going to look. Let me show y'all something real quick. Read this. Let me see if I can give y'all some more light. Better yet, I'm gonna take it off the wall for just a second so y'all can see it, because I just read it. I'm gonna read it to y'all, but I just want y'all to see that this is literally hanging up in front of me. Yesterday is already a dream, and tomorrow is only a vision, but today, well lived, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness and every tomorrow a vision of hope. That literally can kind of sum up how I felt. I felt like, even though I had no reason to believe so, I just couldn't believe. I'm like, all I kept thinking of was my life in the military. It was up here. Ain't no way that you start up here and then go down here and just stay there. I just refuse to believe that. And that's exactly how I feel about this situation. Like, things are going to get better. Even my YouTube channel, things are going to get better. Everything about my life is going to get better. I believe that. I believe that. And everything I've been through, it only shaped me to the person that I am today. I'm never giving up on myself. I won't. I can't. I won't. Okay, this music been... Hold on, let me turn it up so y'all can hear. Hey, Black T. I've been following Malcolm J. Harris. I don't know if you ran across his page. He reminds me of you. He's finally settled into Rio. You know, well, now y'all know the T. I'm going there. I will be there. I have some friends that are put up there, and I'm actually gonna go stay there too. Stay tuned. Well, y'all gonna be here. Y'all gonna see what's going on. But it's not over. It's just that I'm staying in the United States for some time. How long is some time? How long is some time? Enough time. I learned to shh a little bit. So y'all already know I'm going to New York. Y'all already know. I think I said where I'm going after New York. I don't know if I said so or not. But I'm going somewhere after New York. So, but yeah. And y'all gonna see. This is another challenge. I cannot afford to stay here. I cannot afford to go to New York. I can't really afford to do all of that stuff, but y'all gonna see me do it. And technically I really can afford, but I can't afford to live like the old Zay. Old Zay was expensive, okay? Old Zay was doing a lot, okay? This is new Zay. This is a whole new era for me, and I'm able to do it. I'm able to make it happen. So far, so good, because we are already halfway through this month. I'm not lacking for anything. My clothes are clean. My Abercrombie and my Fitch are clean, because you know cleanliness is next to godliness. We don't play about that at all, okay? And I have all of my stuff around me. Y'all, there go Big Mama. I was using her earlier. There go Little Mama. You know, all of my stuff. I have not been desperate. Ain't nobody been having a run to the pawn shops, and ain't nobody been pumping no blood. Even though if my back was against the wall, if that meant that I had to eat or not, let me. What you mean? I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I've been following. Okay, I need to make sure. I'm going to take a screenshot. Malcolm J. Harris. I'm going to go look him up. So you be watching vlogs a lot. You like vloggers. I love vloggers too. Vloggers have some really good, interesting content. I really like the vloggers that share their struggles too. Every time I share my struggles, those videos do very well. So it's made me more comfortable to just be vulnerable and say, you know, my life is not perfect. Nobody's is. I've been disappointed before, and there are some disappointments that are probably, you know, you have to learn how to cope with it. They playing a lot of music that I used in my vlogs. But yeah, a smile is on my face. I started this video feeling like, I don't even want to get on here and do this, but letting it out, releasing it, this channel has turned into something so positive for me. Just imagining that it used to be so negative and it used to drag me and drain me so low. And now the same channel has become so positive, and the same people that have, like, thank you for the people that are still rocking with me, because y'all let me know y'all are interested in my life and my well-being and my progress and my story. Because once upon a time, I was like, what story? I used to literally take my cameras and stuff and be like, okay, what am I going to do to make some content? There is no such thing as make content. I am my content. My life is my content. And ever since I started doing that, it has been so much easier and so much cost effective, because I used to spend so much money on BS that never got the views, and then the videos that got the views, or when I didn't spend $1, didn't spend hardly anything. Those are the videos that got all the views. But the ones where I was spending all that money, nothing. Let me see what y'all saying. Hey, that's my song. You are loved, Zay. Yes, Stacy, thank you. And I'm starting to realize that if I never do have another relationship ever in my life, first of all, I've been telling people a lot lately that I would rather be crumbs and dust in a tomb, dust me off, okay, than to settle for less. I'm not settling for less. I know that like New York said, there's someone out there for me. There's someone out there just made for me, you know? And there is no age limit for when I find that person, because I used to say, oh, well, I gotta be under 40, or I gotta be under this, 45, 50. No, it doesn't matter. You know, and honestly, at this point in my life, I'm not even looking for that serious relationship. That'll be later on down the road when I'm ready to settle down, because we got so many adventures. I want this relationship to get better, okay? I want my relationship with the people on the other side of the screen to get better. I ain't trying to introduce nobody, because where they gonna fit in on my channel? Honey, please. Not connection lost. Are we back? Put a one in the chat. Are we back, y'all? Can y'all hear me? I like that song. Hold on. Hey, that's when you gotta get up and do one of these right quick. You gotta, hey. Paw paw. Bounce with it. Hey. Hey, okay, I like that. I might have to put that in one of my videos. Hey, Jamie. Good to see you, Jamie. MJ was living in Bali for a while like a king because of the cost. Way better than him. Listen, I ain't made my way to Bali yet, but one of these days, I'm going to. One of these days. Okay, so y'all can hear me. You can't hear me? You said, but y'all said no sound. Testing. Y'all back? Y'all set? Stream may have been briefly interrupted. What about now? Hold on. Can y'all hear now? I hope that y'all can. Let me pause the music. like the music is making y'all not be able to hear me. Can y'all tell me? Please tell me y'all can hear me now. Ooh, ooh. Ooh. You're good now, Zay. Okay, was it the music? What happened? What had happened? Okay. So y'all know, unfortunately, we have reached the end of the live. We at the hour mark. From now on, whenever y'all see me, I'm not going to be before y'all long, but an hour. We can only do an hour. I'm so sorry. So please make sure that y'all tune in for another live diary, because y'all are my therapists. Y'all are my news. What are y'all? Y'all my new. My new. So I will see y'all again. Thank you for everybody that helped me to reach towards my goal, because we was reaching for them goals. Thank y'all for helping me to reach towards my goals. Thank y'all for listening to my story. Thank you for all the love that was poured out in the chat. Black T, I Am Legendary, Dana Bland, oh my goodness, hold on. So many people. Lisa, Auntie Lawanda, Mimi, Stacy Dotson, Cash came through. Mimi, Michelle James, Cynthia came through. Karina came through. Okay? Auntie Mary and my 227 voice came through. All of y'all came through. I really appreciate everybody coming through. Mary Ann Watson. Am I really giving a whole little shout out? Mocha came through. Starburst came through. Every shawty but hype Shawnia. 85 Cuddy came through. Starburst, I said that already. Everybody that came through, I thank you all. Everybody that left me a super chat, all of that stuff, thank y'all. I really appreciate you guys so much. Y'all have made this such an interesting live. Hopefully I've explained a little bit more detail as to why I ran away from the United States and why I'm back. I guess we can talk about why I'm back a little bit more on the next live stream. But as far as this one, the case is closed, honey child, baby boo. We cannot sit here and talk about that all day. My mood is lifted. I want to stay there. So thank y'all for talking to me. If you are finding yourself watching this video now that the video is over, I need you to do two things for me and everybody else that's still here as well. Hit that like button, run it on up, and also leave me a comment down below to let me know that you're watching this on the replay. And if you're feeling generous and you want to leave a super thanks, oh, it's easy. It ain't no problem. All you got to do is go down to the lower right hand side, click on that heart that has the $sign inside of it, and you can leave a super thanks, for which I will be super duper thankful. So I will see y'all real soon on the next live diary. Make sure that y'all check out my vlogs over on The Day with Zay, and also the vlogs, the diaries, the travel diaries over here, because I think that one's coming soon. Okay, oh yeah, before I go, over here, Fridays are the days that I upload the vlogs on this channel. Sunday on The Day with Zay, and then the live streams are in between. So make sure that y'all stay what? Locked in, clocked in, log into your account so that y'all can catch me. I love y'all all. Everybody be safe, and I'll see y'all real soon. Y'all already know what I'm about. I got the phone.